What up, everybody? So we back with the Whether You Like It or Not panel, Miami edition. Y'all, we know, we
We've
know.
been raggedy, but that's okay. That's okay. We've
We
been
try
raggedy, but it's all good. We understand. And we appreciate the people that's still rocking with us, child.
right. So and as y'all can see,
It was a rough time to do this because it was the summertime, and then
it was
they
them.
made it worse by switching the nights.
That's what really messed it up for me because I haven't even reviewed it since because every week I would be behind, and it's like, oh my god, like I couldn't do it. So I was just like, you know what? I like Miami, but this is gonna have to be a wrap because I
Yeah, I
couldn't.
mean, I was able to keep up with it, but it was a struggle.
It was a horrible. But what I will say, you guys, I've still been watching the episodes. It's just it come on Thursdays, and then Fridays I be out in the streets on Friday nights, and then the
Because you're
weekend
a whore.
I am not, but whatever. Then on the and then on Saturday and Sunday, like Saturday, I go out at I do some stuff on Saturdays. I don't stay at home too much.
It's hard. Like shows that come on Friday nights. Um, it's one of those, like you said, because I know like the shows that come on Friday night. If I'm home on Friday, I can do it. But like you
Hmm.
said, if I have plans or if I'm going to be like this weekend, I'm going out of town tomorrow. So like my Braxtons, my Bell Collective, all of that's going to be late. We're not going to be able to do Beyond the Gates this week. So because I'm out of town.
Yeah,
So I mean, he can still do his job, but I won't be with him because I'm out of town. So I understand exactly what you're saying. And
but yeah,
so yeah, I don't know why Bravo did that. Like it just didn't make sense to
it
because it
didn't.
wasn't like they switched the day and they put like what came on Below Deck or something. Like why couldn't you just put that on Thursday night?
Yeah, so because they put, I don't know why they, I don't know if they were trying to the rate. From what I've heard, the ratings weren't that were I know people complain about the ratings, but they were doing good because most people watch it next day on Peacock. So I don't know why they moved it from Wednesday to Thursday.
I don't know. So okay, can y'all hear the difference in the microphone now?
Yeah,
How do I sound?
you sound good.
No, because my microphone wasn't connected, and so I'm thinking all this time I'm using my mic and it wasn't connected. When since I've started using the MacBook, it
Hmm.
wasn't. It was just using the regular Mac mic,
Oh,
which
really?
clearly was clear enough because nobody was complaining.
Hmm.
But I'm like, I don't pay for this Yeti. We gonna use this Yeti, okay?
So you've
But
been
let me
testing
know. Is
it.
it? Can y'all hear the difference? Is it loud? Is it not loud? Chuck, can you hear the difference though? You say it's good, but can you hear the difference? Or it still sound the same? Because if it still sound the same, I mean, I don't know what I can do.
I'm
Does
trying
it
to
sound different when I speak close to the mic?
that yes.
You can hear it.
Hmm. That you can hear. That you could hear.
Okay. All right. But because all this time the mic wasn't connected. Okay. All right. Thank y'all. I'm glad we here. We here now.
So tell me what you thought about the season finale and reunion part one. Well, now we'll start with the season finale, and like I told
So
you, I got bullet points.
So, in my opinion, the last 3 episodes of the season, like everything after the cruise, could have been one episode. I
Hmm.
don't feel like they gave us anything that was major enough for that to be 3 episodes. Like I feel like they were stretching it. That scene with Kiki and her dad was a stretch. That
Hmm.
scene with Larsa moving into that house that ain't ready for nobody. You know good and damn well Larsa wasn't living in that house with no furniture. Okay. Y'all know they filmed that scene and Larsa went to a hotel. Like y'all know good and damn well Larsa wasn't living in the house. They could have kept that scene. Because there
Hmm.
really was nothing in that scene except for them yelling at Alexia again about Todd. There was really nothing major in that scene.
Hmm.
Um they could have kept they kind of could have kept that scene with Marisol at dinner when Frankie and Alexia came over for
Oh
dinner.
yeah.
Like a lot of the scenes they could have kept. Now, Marisol's Christmas party, cool.
That was cool.
Alexia's little get together at her salon, great.
Hmm.
Of course, the season finale event with the Shoma Christmas party, but I just feel like I really don't feel like we needed 3 more episodes for what they gave us because it didn't move a storyline and it certainly didn't close anything. If anything, it opened up more beef because Kiki and Adriana got into it at the Art Basel show. Like if anything, it added to. So the end of it's supposed to be coming to some sort of conclusion, and we just didn't get that. So I really feel like, in my opinion, I feel like the finale wasn't a lot there other than that final
Part
argument between Adriana and
there
Julia,
saw.
if I'm being honest. Like that
Yeah.
whole episode, I don't even remember nothing else that happened in that episode, if I'm being honest.
So we'll go, like I said, bullet points, and it's not even that much because
All
I
right, let's
have.
rock it.
So the first bullet point I got is Marisol's Christmas party. Now, what I will say is I did love her Christmas party. It was cute, and the gifts that she had. What I will also say was, Dirty Girl, you were doing way too much with that charm bracelet. I gotta get this. I gotta get that. I gotta go over there and get that. Like, calm down.
Right. First of all, I love Marisol's parties, especially her parties where she has the vendors. It definitely, to me, when she does stuff like that, it proves that she really was that girl when she was
Mhm.
doing her thing. The fact that she's been retired for however many years, but she can still make phone calls, get the right people, and she's able to have these vendors that are giving away good shit. You know what I mean? But I too must co-sign, and I said that in my review. Gertie, act like you've been somewhere before. First of all, I felt like the way she was talking to that lady was rude.
Oh, it
And I
was.
don't know. I mean, I don't know if it's just because of she has a harsh, a brash tone about
Mhm.
her, but it was rude.
It was just
Okay.
really
In my opinion, it was rude how
common.
she talked to that lady. And number two, girl, act like you've been somewhere before. Even if you haven't, which we know you have, because for her to be an event planner on the level that she is, she gets invited to stuff like that all the time where vendors are giving away things because they want you to use their service. Gertie, you have been places like that before where people are giving away shit and they're giving away good shit. You know what
Right.
I mean? I don't have a problem with her wanting to get to all the vendors, but girl, act like girl, if you miss one vendor, you will be okay.
Right.
You know, so I was just like, come on, Gertie, like you doing too much. Like, girl, calm down.
Exactly. I gotta put this person on the screen because this person had me hollering last time I was doing my Salt Lake City review. Look at the
Not
name.
Lisa Skanklow.
Baby, I screamed.
Oh,
I
and then
screamed.
she gonna say, "Hey, sugar, I'm back." I don't even know her, but I can hear her saying that. I don't know. I don't even know you,
It was
but I feel like I
hilarious.
can hear you saying that.
It was hilarious when I saw Lisa Skanklow and then that
Right.
picture of Lisa. So, so then speaking of Gertie, Gertie talked to Adriana about Julia. Now, what I will say when it comes to her having a conversation about Julia, it seemed like you were well, it didn't seem you were stirring the pot, Gertie. Yes, you and Adriana have made a friendship with each other, but you were stirring the pot with that whole Julia situation because when nobody thinking about fucking Julia, Julia is over there at Alexia's event. Why are we talking about Adriana? I mean, why are we talking about Julia to Adriana?
I got nothing. Because I feel like you, and like I said, I mean, I think the easy answer is to say production. You know what I mean? But the flip side is it's the end of the season and we just didn't need it.
Because it's gonna come back up again later. It's not like they weren't, especially when we get to Julia.
Right.
So moving on to Alexia's happy hour. Really confused about it, but Julia mentioned that she's having an event. I was like, okay, cute, don't give a fuck. So then Kiki and Julia's had a conversation about Adriana, and that's when Kiki revealed because Julia like she came looking for it, right? I was gonna try to do a Russian accent, but I can't do it. But she said she came looking for it. Kiki was like, "Girl, I hopped on the Amazon truck." I said, "Not the fucking Amazon truck."
She was not on no damn Amazon truck. I don't believe
Yes,
it. Ain't nobody gonna convince me. Ain't nobody gonna
it's a
convince me
liability.
that Kiki got her ass on no Amazon truck with a total strike. Come on now. I don't believe that shit. And if it was an Amazon truck that was working for production. I don't believe I 100% now I believe Gertie ass was gone, but I believe production took her home.
Yeah, I think Kiki got home
Because they get rides to and from these events a lot of times. Because especially if they know they're going to be drinking, those black cars, those production sends those cars.
but she did run over to that truck, though. I will say that
She
though.
did run over there,
I know. I
but
just don't believe,
also we know that. But we also know that, and I hate y'all gonna hear me. Listen, if y'all want to play a drinking game, take a shot every time I say production because I feel like I'm gonna be blaming production for a lot of shit. This review, but I feel like if we gonna if we We also know that they do voiceovers. Like,
Yeah,
I don't know if I particularly believe that Kiki was talking to that. I mean, even though she did say later that she got on the Amazon truck, I just don't believe it. I could be wrong. I just don't believe it. Wait a minute. Chuck said legally Amazon drivers can't transport people. I didn't think they could. That's a liability.
it is. It's a liability for everybody. So I didn't really believe it.
And I mean, do we really believe that Kiki just randomly picked some dude on the street and gotten?
Yeah,
I mean, I know that Kiki gives this air of just being silly and, this daredevil, but at the end of the day, she's a mother and she got a lot to lose. And I just don't, her having navigated some dangerous things in her life, I just don't see her being that flippant and getting on a damn truck with a man that she literally just ran up to. Come on, girl. Like, if nothing else, I know you got an Uber account.
yeah.
If production won't let you leave, girl, you have a whole phone, and I'm sure you got I'm sure you have several apps in your phone of service drivers. I'm sure you do.
It was probably something they set up for the scene.
Yeah, I agree.
So then,
But I believe she left though.
oh, she definitely left.
Oh, she definitely left.
So then we get to Julia and this charity event, and I wasn't listening, so there's that. But then I know she was talking about Adriana not being there because here's the thing. I'm gonna paint the picture for y'all. I'm gonna paint who all is there: Marisol, Alexia, Julia, and Kiki. So who did I leave out? Oh, was Larsa there?
Larsa was at Marisol's.
No, Julia's
Oh, Julia's event.
yeah.
I don't remember if Larsa went. I don't remember seeing Larsa, but that don't mean
Well,
nothing.
who I can tell you wasn't there was Adriana, Lisa,
Right.
and
Mhm.
Gertie. But
Mhm.
but Julia is harping on the fact that Adriana is not there. But we found out Adriana was across town rehearsing for Stephanie's Christmas party, which I get why she wasn't there. Like, girl, I'm rehearsing. Like, this is a live band. I need to be here with them. If these people have a schedule, then I need to work with their schedule. Like, I can't do this, especially if according to Adriana later in the episode, it was last minute. She texted the night before. But again, and then you got Alexia and Marisol over there, like, oh yeah, she should have been here. She should have been here. Um, you know what? I'm gonna save it for the reunion, because the way that Julia has treated her when it came to these. Actually, no, we can talk about that, especially how she treated her with these boys this season. When Adriana's the one that wrote a character statement for you, and you introduced the boys to Alexia before you introduced them to Adriana. You moving funny. Like, I don't want to come to
Yeah,
nothing.
when they said that Adriana wrote not one but two character letters, I can kind of understand why Adriana would think that maybe she would be the godmother. Like, I could listen. I thought maybe it was a little like at first I was like godmother, but if I'm literally one of the reasons why you even have these kids,
Mm-hmm.
I had to write not one but two letters. I'm sorry. I'm kind of with. I'm not with Adriana on everything, but excuse me. I'm kind of understanding why Adriana felt that way. Like, wait a minute. You're bringing the kids. Oh, sorry, y'all. You're bringing the kids around all these other women before I even get to meet them, and I literally wrote character letters. Like, yes. I review Potomac on my channel, and JB, you do Potomac too, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so we both do Potomac on our respective channels. Yeah. We don't do a panel for Potomac though.
Well, I don't do it with them, but they have a panel, whether you like it or
Yeah,
not.
I'm on a panel. It's your channel. I wasn't trying to advertise. But there's a panel on Monday nights that I'm on, and sometimes JB comes through, as
Your
a guest.
family. Y'all. Family, so y'all can always support y'all. Yeah, it's a whether you like it or not. Who y'all gonna be on next week? Because I know y'all was on Scotty this week.
T. The
Okay.
rotation is Scotty T. If JoJo is there, JoJo.
Mm-hmm.
Then me, then Ya, then Sakina.
Okay.
So since JoJo's not going to be joining us until I think January, so it'll be Scotty, T, me,
Y'all,
Ya,
Sakina.
and Sakina. No,
Okay.
and Busy.
Oh, busy.
I think Busy's after Sakina.
Okay.
I'm trying to remember because I think we just added Busy to the end because Sakina was last, and I think we put Busy at the end. I think I'm almost certain that's the rotation.
Okay.
I don't know how y'all do a panel with Busy. Listen, Busy, I love Busy. I love Busy in real life and I love Busy on the panel. But
Mhm.
I understand that he is an acquired taste. Either you love him or you hate him. Either you love him or he irritates you. I understand. But I love him.
Yeah, from
But let me tell you what Busy, and I've told Busy this. I'm not, and we can get back to this. I
mm,
understand nothing I haven't said too Busy. Busy's problem is he wants to convince you his point of view instead of just talking about, like, when me and JB disagree, he says his piece, I say my piece, we move on. Busy wants to convince you to change your mind. And
mhm.
that's why he keeps going and going and going, because he wants you to say, oh, you know what, Busy, you're right. And we're like, no, we still feel the way we feel. But y'all don't agree. Y'all don't see. He wants to change your mind. So
Mhm.
that's
Yeah, I like Busy.
I
From
love Busy. Busy is hilarious.
when I've been on the panel with y'all with Busy, I love Busy. Busy's cool.
Busy's hilarious.
He is.
He's on this Wendy kick now. He been dropping stuff in a group chat all week about Wendy. He wants, again, he's trying to convince us to see things his way about this Wendy situation. That's who he is. That's
Wendy
all.
situation with
He agrees with KK that he feels like Wendy is acting funny, and most of us were like, we felt like KK was reaching.
she was.
Now I know that this story time with the Brooke Ashley has come out, and a lot of people are like, see, but I feel like everybody has their experience.
Exactly. That's been my thing.
And if Wendy said what she said to the Brooke Ashley, she said you're mean. That's her
That's
opinion.
her opinion. Doesn't mean it's true.
It doesn't mean it's true. And Brooke was like, I've written hard for Wendy. I've always had Wendy's back. I don't know
Mhm.
what it is that I said or did that made her feel like I was being mean to her. But the one
It's
thing I have learned
I don't harp
about
on this stuff.
doing yeah, the one thing I've learned about doing reality TV, and I think I learned this lesson by doing web reality, where people are in such close proximity to you.
Mhm.
When you do web reality, like I have met a lot of those people, they slide into your DMs, all that kind of. I've interviewed a lot of them.
I
One
get that
thing
with
I've
everybody
learned,
else.
yeah, one thing I've learned about reality TV is when you saying what they want you to say, you
They
cool.
love you.
They love you. They go up for you. When you are criticizing them, now it's a problem.
Mhm.
And I don't know what the Brooke actually may have said about Wendy, but whatever it was,
It
Wendy
offends
didn't
her.
like it. And when she saw her, she felt like that was her time to address it.
Exactly.
And I'm not saying anybody's right or that anybody's right or wrong,
I, that's what I was thinking too. Because with Rated to Love, I've had people that get pissed off with stuff that I say, and
Oh yeah.
I'm only going off of what I see,
Yeah,
and they're
and
like,
that's
oh,
what I
you
tell
miss.
people all the time. I'm only going by what they show me. Like I've had great. Speaking of Ready to Love, I've had great conversations with Camille. But baby, I gave Camille the business
Mhm,
when she was on that show. I gave Camille the business. Do you hear me? Me and
mhm,
her have had great conversations. Matter of fact, outside of social media, Camille's an educator here in the DC area.
mhm.
I know the principal of her school. She invited me to her production last year because she does theater and
Oh,
her school
cool.
did a production. They did the Wizard of Oz last year. She invited me to come and but very few people don't take it seriously. Some of them
Yeah,
get real, but now some of them like Camille are like whatever. Okay, y'all. It
yeah.
was
Some people be like Jessica from Rated to Love Dallas. She didn't care. She was like, man, I ain't worried about what people say, and I believed her because she didn't address nothing that nobody said about her. And me and her, I haven't saw her in a minute, but me and her, we had a really cool relationship with each other. She
Yeah, I
invited me
mean,
to.
people know I'm really cool with Simone. Simone invited. I flew all the way to Houston for Simone's engagement party, and I said shit about Simone when I reviewed it. Me and Doctor she's not Doctor. Me and Buffy Purcell from Married to Medicine. I'm cool with Buffy. Me and Buffy have talked. Me and
Mhm.
Buffy have had conversations. I interviewed her and she even said to me, she was like, oh, I watched your reviews. I knew who you were before I came up here. She was like, when you agree with what I did, you said it. When you didn't agree, you said it. She was like, but I didn't feel like you were unfair to me. It was what it was.
This is how the cookie crumbles, you know.
Exactly.
So I
Y'all say
get
he talks over everyone and he takes over.
that's just his personality. From what I ain't even worked with him like that.
Busy's like that in real life. Like if you've ever, and I'm not, y'all have a right to how y'all feel. I'm not,
Yeah,
but if you've ever hung out with Busy in real life, what y'all see on that panel is who he is. Now he's in real life he's like on a 7.
He's not as
But
animated.
he still very much wants to talk. He still is loud. He's loud as hell. I'm
Mhm.
loud and he's loud. When I'm at his house, his partner be like, I need y'all to
Oh
bring it
man,
down.
right?
Like, because the two of y'all together, y'all are on 20. I need y'all to bring it to a 10. You know what I mean? But that is Busy really truly is. But Busy, as crazy and as animated as he really is sensitive and he really is a sweetheart. Like he really is.
You can
But
tell.
I understand what y'all are saying though. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I get it.
All
You
right.
know.
So
But
then
anyway,
we
let's
move.
get back to this. I'm sorry, we done took a
Now,
detour.
we, I know people gonna probably complain, but it is what it is. But so we move on to
Child,
Steph.
that it ain't not. Listen, if y'all want us to entertain y'all for longer than 15 minutes,
So then we move on to Stephanie's part. The only thing I can say about Stephanie's part was it was really cute, and some of the ladies looked good. Not all of them, because I don't know what Marisol had on that black dress, but
I don't remember that black dress. What I do remember is Kiki wearing that red dress and
ooh, and
bitch,
that looked she.
baby, Kiki wore that, baby.
And
Now
Chuck had
listen, Kiki get on my nerves and Kiki be doing a lot, but baby, one thing Kiki can when Kiki dresses up, baby, Kiki can wear a garment, and that
she
red
cute.
dress was giving me everything I needed. But
Yeah,
Gertie had on red and she
she
looked
did.
good
She looked cute.
too.
I will say that Gertie looked good.
And y'all already know how I feel about Gertie and her fashions.
Lisa looked good, although I don't know what it was. Kind of, I don't know what that sheer was that she had over it, but it was like a silk
Yeah.
dress. Who else looked good? That was really. I didn't like what
Um.
Adriana had on because her mesh wasn't her skin tone. It didn't match
Yeah.
her skin tone.
Yeah.
Larsa, y'all know she wear Fashion Over. I,
Stephanie actually, if I remember correctly, I think I like Stephanie's
I
hair.
did too. I like
I
her dress.
like Stephanie's hair. Yeah, I like Stephanie's confessional for the second half of the season.
Yeah, because she got away
She
from
kind of
that.
let go of that Jackie O,
Mhm.
flip retro thing, and I think she was giving us more of what she naturally goes out looking like, and I liked it better. I liked it better.
Y'all got kicked out of a restaurant.
I
Not y'all got kicked out of. How y'all get kicked out of a restaurant?
I did not okay. I did not get us kicked out of this restaurant, Chuck. Don't forget, I'm gonna see you tomorrow, Chuck. So you might wanna. No, me and Chuck. The last time I was in Louisville, matter of fact, this
Mhm,
time last year I was in Louisville, and me and Chuck went out to like he took me to lunch, really
mhm.
nice restaurant, and we were just talking, and we were just vibing, and we were there like 4 hours, and finally the waitress came over and was like, y'all are more than welcome to move to a different table, but we have reservations in this area, and we were like, oh, okay, well, we'll go. But when we just were vibing, we were just having we were just talking and having good, and one thing was flowing into another,
And
we,
flies passed.
yeah, before you knew it. Because I think we ended up we got an appetizer, we ate, we got dessert, we had a drink. Like
Oh,
I
y'all
feel
had
like
a damn good time.
we had a good time.
Y'all did the damn thing.
So no, Chuck, we both got kicked out of that restaurant. Okay, you were with me.
So with Kiki, she pulled what I will say. I like this, and it's not typical of. Well, I guess because the season is wrapping up, so they was production probably had to say to them, "Let's wrap this shit up." That's one thing I will say. Not to mix shows, but that's one thing I liked about Hard and Hustle Houston. Those girls didn't sit on shit for episodes at a time. They were able
Hmm.
to talk their shit through and move on. Which bravo, y'all dropped the ball with that because that could have been a Real Housewives of Houston. I'm just saying, but neither here nor there. But so Kiki apologized to Adriana, and Adriana she apologized to Kiki. What do you feel about that?
I didn't understand why Kiki apologized to Adriana about a damn thing. Like I didn't understand what Kiki owed
She was
Adriana an
apologizing
apology
about that
for.
birthday thing with the cake.
Oh, you know what? All right, I forgot about that. Okay, yeah. I forgot about that.
She was
Okay,
apologizing
yeah, that's fine. Whatever, child.
because that was shady.
That was. But here was my problem. Okay, so I rewind. Now I remember. So yes, she did owe her an apology for that. Because here was my problem. When you do something, if you being shady, just tell me you being shady.
Mm-hmm.
I respect it better if you say really be, you had kind of pissed me off last night. So
Mhm.
yeah, I purposely was 15 minutes late coming around here. I knew you were waiting on me because I was a little irritated. I can respect that. I mean, I ain't gonna say I like it, but don't tell me I wasn't even doing it to be shady. Yes, you were. You
Mhm.
that the everybody knew that that woman was feeling some kind of way about her birthday. Everybody knew that woman was feeling some kind of way. And not only did you take it upon yourself to put her age on the cake, you turned it into a math equation.
That
Like
was
you
shit.
put thought into that.
Mhm. And so, Adriana's performance, I was confused by her performance.
I was very confused by her performance.
I know she did her songs, the thing, she do the her song is a theme song. That's her. The song she did with Emilio. And Adriana can sing. But
Adriana really can't sing.
she can sing, but in that particular performance, I was like, this is not good. And she played the piano. I was like, I'm like, oh, Adriana. Like, did she? I'm wondering how much did she had to drink, and did she do a warm up before everybody got there? Because it wasn't the best performance, in my personal opinion. I don't know how you feel.
First of all, I don't understand why you were performing songs from 20 years ago. And I mean, I'm exaggerating, but I didn't understand why you were performing the songs that you were performing. Yes, you can sing. Yes, I actually enjoy watching her perform, if I'm
I
being
do too.
honest. Um, I enjoy watching her perform. I was just it was a lot. It was a lot.
Ooh, and then that song she sang about her dog, I love my dog. I said, oh my God. That's why I think she was drunk. I said, Adriana got to be drunk.
No, I just think that Adriana thinks that kind of shit is cute. Like I really think she thought that that was cute to sing a song about her dog. Like I really think just like when she tried to, and we'll get there when we get to the reunion, but just like when she tried to compare her dog to some kid. Listen, I understand that y'all dog lovers really do feel that way about y'all dogs, but I need y'all to stop.
Hmm.
When she really tried to compare, well, I made her the godmother of my dog. It is not the same, ma'am.
It's not
It
the
is
same.
not the same.
It's not the same. And like you said, we'll talk about it more once we get there, but it's not the same. I agree. So after her performance, Julia decides to pull her to the side to have a conversation with her. And she was trying to call Adriana a bad friend, but I'm like, no, you're the bad friend. Like, okay, I get it. You feel well. I don't actually know. Let me take that back. I don't get what the fuck Julia is trying to say. I get what she's saying. You didn't come to the event for my boys. Whatever. She said she had something to do. She said that the people she had a rehearsal. The people she had to work with their schedule. What did you want her to do in that particular moment if it was already pre-planned? It's not like she's gonna sit here and say, "Let me drop this." These people are probably paid. Like, girl, I'm not gonna lose money behind you, and you ain't even, girl, hell no. Julia
Not
is,
only that, but not only that, but you even if she wasn't doing shit but sitting at home watching Netflix, the way that in her mind, the way that you treated her all season, why should she go out of her way to come to an event for you? Like, why should she do that? She threw a whole baby shower for you
mhm,
earlier in the season for some kids she had that you everybody else had even met before her. You did make her the godmother even after she rode for you and helped you get the kid. And I'm not saying she had, but you wrote because for her to have to write a second character letter tells me that maybe there was some information, some things weren't going well. You see what I'm saying?
mhm,
So she was there for you throughout this adoption process. She was the one last year that was helping you rehearse for that opera shit. Like, I ain't saying that Adriana's been a best friend. Like, I ain't saying she's a perfect, but we know that in real life, Adriana has done things for Julia. So
mhm.
why should she go out of her way to show up for you when you, in her mind, you haven't shown up for her all fucking season?
Exactly.
But
And
yes, she had a legitimate reason not to be there. But even if she didn't, I would understand.
mhm. What got me was when Adriana told Julia nobody would know who you were before I got you out of that wherever. I don't know what they bleeped out what she said, but before she got her work from wherever she was,
I think
and
she said that farm, right?
yeah,
No, she didn't say
um,
farm.
It might have been. And then she was like 9 engagements before you got to Martina. I said,
She
damn.
did have 9 engagements before she married Martina.
She said 9 engagements
And
before
some
Martina.
women, I don't know how many of them were women.
I was like, oh, come on, Adriana. She said, and you wouldn't be on this show if it wasn't for me. And I do believe that.
I believe that 100%. And let's be clear, how many people knew who Martina Navratilova's wife was before this show?
Nobody.
I
I
knew
did.
Martina Navratilova was gay or a lesbian,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't think, and I'm sure people who move in, people who really truly follow tennis
Mm-hmm.
probably knew. But for as a casual observer like myself, I watch like the French Open in Wimbledon, and really only when it's somebody that I like playing. Honestly, I don't watch all things, tennis. I didn't know who. I don't even know if I knew she was married. Like I said, I knew she was gay.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't even know if I knew she was married. But I certainly wouldn't have been able to say, "Oh yeah, Julia, she's from Russia." I didn't know all that shit. So for a lot of people, they didn't know who Julia was before this show. And I do believe that Adriana helped get Julia on this show. We know that that's how these shows work. When production is looking for new people, they reach out and say, "Hey, do you know somebody that will be interested? Do you know some people that will be interested?" And remember, Julia came back on for the reboot.
Yes, and that's what I was just about to say. The crazy thing is, Adriana was always a main cast member from the first, when it was on Bravo, and then they come to the
I'm sorry, I
reboot.
read what V. Spencer said. I
That's
was
all.
reading what.
And then we get to the reboot. It's so crazy. Adriana, we said, like you said, Adriana might not have been the best friend of Julie, but she has been a damn good friend of Julie on this show
Yeah,
because she brought you to
she's
the
been a
show.
good friend of her.
She was a mojito holder when she was originally on, and now she's a friend of, and she's been a good friend of to you. She's been like when Alexia, Marisol, and all them have things to you, she defended you. Even
She
though,
listen, we're not gonna forget that Alexia called you a Russian whore. I ain't never gonna forget that shit because that shit rolled off Alexia lips like it wasn't shit. She was like, about being a Russian whore. I mean, Alexia, that thing rolled right off of her lips. So,
and
girl, she
right
had your back.
hmm and then when you become cool with them heifers, you flip the script on her, and you say she's not fun to be around. Ma'am, are you fun to be around? But okay. So then, now this was kind of interesting to me. So Marisol revealed that she's the one that helped Adriana with the wretched versus ratchet thing, which okay, I'll give her that. But why did she was mad because she said Adriana said something to Stephanie. When they played it back, I was like, it's not that big of a deal what she said. She just said that, Marisol was in PR and she knows how to influence people. That's not a bad thing. I don't
I
think.
think with Marisol and Adriana, they just don't like each other. Well, Adriana, I think in Marisol's mind, Adriana just picks at her. And I
Mhm.
think I don't know. I didn't watch the first installation of the show, so I don't know
They were
Marisol
cool
and
in the beginning.
Adriana's relationship from the beginning. But
Mhm.
I feel like in real life, some shit has. Adriana is one of those people that acts out when she's hurt. And the
Mhm.
way she comes at Marisol makes me feel like Marisol really hurt her. Now, whether Adriana is putting 20 on 10 and Marisol really didn't do anything, but she's just like, but you did this and you did that, or if Marisol really truly hurt her. You know what I mean? I don't know. But she's acting because she don't even give Alexia all that she be giving Marisol.
Mm-mm.
She gives Marisol, and I'm not defending her, but baby, she gives Marisol the blue. So I don't feel like it takes a lot. When
Mm-mm.
it comes to Marisol, I just don't think it takes a lot for Marisol to be like, for Adriana to be
Adriana.
like, oh, wait a minute, you said Marisol's dress was cute and you didn't say mine was cute. Oh, well, let me tell you this, because I feel like it just doesn't take much. So I
Yeah.
agree. It wasn't a lot, but
But the problem is it came from Stephanie. So we know with Stephanie, Stephanie was, flip
well,
shit.
Stephanie doesn't like Marisol either. So
Yeah. So that's the end of that. Now I'm gonna ask a shady question because I'm gonna talk about. I didn't get the ending cards for what they said, but I caught Lars's because Lars's in a new relationship. Their boy said they would be married by the end of the year. Well, we're in October, and she's freezing her eggs. I said, "What eggs is this bitch freezing? Store bought eggs?"
let me tell y'all, listen, as a woman and the women in the chat, y'all can The women in the chat, y'all can tell me if I'm wrong. Y'all can tell me if I'm wrong. But my understanding, after about 38, 39,
they dwindle.
the numbers dwindle and the percentage of anything being successful dwindles. That woman is damn near 50.
I was about to say she's damn near 50.
If
If
not,
Lars,
if not 50.
if Lars is not perimenopausal, I bet you she's
Oh, she
menopausal.
absolutely is. Now her face, now she done froze her face and her body probably, but she is there. But I feel like even if, first of all, the likely y'all saw on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills how hard it was for Bose, for the doctor to even, she was like, well, we got to do this, and that.
Mm-hmm.
First of all, for them to find some eggs that are viable, then for them to freeze them, then for them to work when, if and when, and third of all, Larsa, unless you just trying to pull a Evelyn Lozada and secure the bag, you have absolutely no reason thinking about having no damn kids. Outside of the fact that this boy is young enough to be one of your kids, that's not even the point. Why are you starting over? Exactly. Your youngest child is in high school. Mm-hmm. I have a friend. She was pregnant at her son's college graduation, and we call her a whole kind of fool. Now, granted, she was a teenage mom, so she had her son when she was 16. It don't matter though. He was graduating from college and you were pregnant. Ain't no way in hell. I said, ain't no way in hell.
Me either. I would have went to a chop shop.
Baby, but she did it on purpose because she had just gotten remarried and he wanted kids.
He would have been fine with no kids, or we would have adopted
something.
Well,
but no, I agree with you. Listen, I'm with you. That's why I always tell people, when people be like, so you don't have no problem dating a guy with kids? Absolutely, because I don't want none. So I want him to have his kids because I don't want him looking at me. I never had a problem with dating a guy with kids. I had a problem dating a guy that didn't take care of his kids. Yes. I never had a problem dating a guy with kids. I was never, people like, you don't worry about the baby mama. No, because if he hasn't resolved that situation, or he doesn't have that situation in check, then I don't need to deal with it. Like, maybe it's just me, y'all. And don't get me wrong, I've been a fool for love. I ain't saying I ain't never been a fool. Child, we done all been a fool for love. But baby, the older I get.
All right. So now we move on to this part one of this reunion. Julia showed me in the beginning of the reunion how manipulative she is when she was in her dressing room and Marisol and Alexia came in there and that woman busted out crying. I said, you bitch.
Excuse me, I'm sorry.
And when I say bitch, y'all, I just mean bitch in general. I'm not calling a woman a bitch per se, but I'm just saying you bitch. You really put on them white on it. Well, you can't say white woman tears when it's another white woman. But she put on them tears. I was like, oh, manipulative. And that's when I knew that this reunion, I was like, oh, this reunion, she's finna try to play like she's the victim with everything from Gertie to...
Yeah, because of everything that was on the internet, and she already knew going in, public sentiment was not behind her.
I was like, oh, such a manipulative person. Then we get out there on stage. Lisa was on time. I was like, come on, Lisa. I guess Lisa said, I'm tired of y'all people talking about me being late.
Right. Lisa said, this is what y'all not going to do this time.
Bluebell, go ahead and call her one for me.
Yeah.
So I think I've known this. I knew this. Andy is a huge fan of Martina. Because he asked about Martina. I was like, Andy, can you not show that you're a fan of Martina? Like, if you want a Martina here, why not invite the rest, do like you do on the other Housewives. Invite the husbands and the wives.
Well, Martina has been at a reunion before.
She has?
She did, yeah. Julia's first season, Martina was there. She wasn't there the second season because she was battling cancer, and she wasn't there this time because Julia said that she was taking care of the kids. Mm-hmm. But remember, she was at the first one where Dr. Nicole's.
Oh yeah, that's right.
She was there the first time.
She just went on. They just went on stage.
Oh, I thought Martina came out on stage. Maybe not. I thought Martina came out on stage when the husbands came out. I thought she did. But I could be wrong. But she was there though. But I could be wrong. Yeah. Y'all remember if she came out on stage? Let me know if y'all remember. I thought so, but I could be wrong about that part.
So then we move into Alexia. So Alexia lets us know that her divorce is final from Todd and that she's blocked him. And after listening to your live yesterday, I'm like, oh, he's gonna add this shit to the lawsuit too. Because
Child, Todd need to go somewhere. That lawsuit was some bullshit.
so she says that Todd would pick fights with her before the reunion, and that when they would get back home, he wouldn't talk to her for days. And he was saying that how the girls are not really her friends and all this kind of stuff. I was like, girl, that man was trying to isolate you, but and you were stupid enough to stay. And she's like, I still legally go by Napola, but on my social media it's just Alexia, and he was a narcissist and all this kind of stuff. I was like, I think you already knew that, didn't you?
Well, but like I said on my live yesterday, what that does is it just confirms to me that you were not as blindsided by this divorce that as you tried to pretend like you were. Because if things were that bad and he was so manipulative and he was always fighting with you and he was, trying to isolate you and do all these horrible things, then what that says to me is I feel like you weren't as blindsided. And I also now I look back on that season a little bit differently, because now I'm like, well, wait a minute. Maybe you did know that he wanted to separate, and that whole you can go find an apartment. This is your budget. Don't worry about if I like it or not. Because remember, I don't know if you remember. I kept saying he does not plan to live there.
Mm-hmm.
But now it makes more sense. That version of the story makes a lot more sense now because again, you can't have it both ways. Because you made it seem like you were so blindsided. Y'all were so happy. We had just had sex. We had went out on this date. We were having this amazing, and then you blindsided that man left. Like it don't work both ways.
I mean, they probably were having sex, but she wasn't blindsided.
That's what I'm saying. Oh no, yeah. Oh, I'm sure they were having sex. Like Todd seemed like the kind of person that would sleep with you even after. I mean, look, they were still sleeping together this whole time. Like I could see Todd saying he wanted a divorce and then absolutely sleeping with you, and then the next and see you thinking that changed something, and him thinking it was goodbye sex. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like I absolutely believe that Todd. I absolutely believe that Todd slept with her. But I think she thought it was something different than what it was.
Right. So then we move on to the damn water toss. And this is where I kind of got frustrated with the reunion, and for multiple reasons. So what I will say, I got frustrated with the ladies as well as Gertie, because Gertie, you're not being 100% truthful with certain things. So let's call a spade a spade. Yes, the ladies are wrong, but girl, some of the, I mean, like me and real people talking about this behind stage, but they did make some valid points, but it also was a gang up on Gertie as well. So Alexia says that she wished she could have done more, and then this is it was Larsa. So Larsa says that, well, when it comes to Julia was just being very reactive. Girl, reactive to what? The truth coming out about her? Like, I didn't understand that whole thing. And that's when I was like, okay, yeah, y'all really doing a little bit of a gang up on Gertie. Because then they said, well, Gertie, you didn't do anything when Adriana tossed the glass at me. Oh, wait, and you didn't do anything when Julia tossed the bucket at Marisol. I was like, and the one about Marisol, they never showed it on the show. They never showed that shit. So we didn't know nothing about it until this damn reunion.
Oh, the chair?
No, it was the bucket that she
They showed that. They showed the bucket. They didn't show the chair.
On the show, it said on the screen, it said unseen footage.
I could have sworn we saw that. Maybe not. All right, maybe not then.
So it was some few things that
I thought we saw the bucket. I knew we didn't see the chair, but I thought we saw the bucket. Okay, if it said unseen footage, then who am I to tell production? Like, who am I to tell production?
So then after that, they brought Kiki was like, well, people said that people have been calling her. Oh, now they brought up the fact that Kiki threw the juice box at Lisa last season. Then I was like, okay, I get what y'all are saying. That there was one scene where Gertie, girl, you were right there and you didn't do nothing. You took off running. I was like, why did you take off running? That didn't make any sense to me. So then they talked about what Gertie has said on social media. Now, Gertie, what I will say is you were lying, beloved, because you were saying I didn't say it on my social media, and Bravo was slapping your ass with them screenshots. Somebody on production, or either it could be one of the girls, but somebody don't like you because they were slapping the shit at you with that. Now, what I will say, Kiki, I didn't understand what Kiki was saying that people say she's racist. Bless you. Bless you.
I think that was Kiki's language barrier. Um I think that was Kiki's language barrier. They weren't necessarily saying she was well, I don't believe I believe what people were trying to say was that maybe she was aiding in, Lord,
Perpetuating.
perpetuating, thank you, racist stereotypes by insinuating that Gertie was being like the aggressor or whatever. I mean, and they may have came right out and called her a racist, but I think she just didn't articulate well what people were saying. This what I'm gonna say, and this what I said in my review. I think two things in this situation, two things can be true at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Gertie, yes, girl, you were all over social media, and the one thing production puts all that stuff in later. So when
Mm-hmm.
Gertie was saying, I didn't say that, I don't remember that. They didn't have it right then and there, so they were just basically talking. Two, but you're right. Two, a lot of that unseen footage did not help Gertie's case. Gertie, you were lying. Listen, here's what pissed me off about that situation. Do I still feel like the women treated Gertie fucked up? Yes, period. But what I can also say is, Gertie, you were not being honest about everything that transpired that night. And
You
you
sure?
allowed us, the viewing audience, knowing that we saw a certain edit,
Wrong with
you
a mirror.
allow us to be out here in these streets windmilling for you when everything you said. First of all, when they showed clips of Marisol defending you and
Long.
getting on Julia, Larsa defending you and getting on Julia. When we saw clips where they even took Julia into the bathroom and was like, "Girl, that's not cool. We can't do that." Like, I'm sorry. And then when we saw clips of you sat there when Julia did it to other people and you didn't say shit to them. So
Mm-hmm.
do I feel like this was Gertie's season? Yes. Do I feel like it looked really nasty because it wasn't gang up for the majority of the season? Yes. But the flip side is, Gertie, you were not honest. And you made it seem like nobody had your back. Nobody said anything to Julia. Nobody addressed it. And that's not true. That's just not true, Julia. I mean, Gertie.
And they were asking her about the text messages, and I really felt like Andy and the girls were kind of glossing over her why she brought up the text messages. Now, again, I know we've all discussed this about the text messages. She probably shouldn't have done it at her own event, but y'all were at that point. Y'all were defending Julia, and y'all were on Julia's side. Granted, they did show that y'all called Julia out, but with them text messages, she wanted to let it be chronicalized what the real issue was, because she even said to Julia, so the issue wasn't
The cruise.
yeah, the cruise. She said no, it wasn't the cruise. But also, production, I want to get on y'all motherfucking asses because y'all have protected Julia, and I don't know why. Because she said, Gertie says that Julia is a three-peat offender because she broke that chair at Dr. Nicole's Mother's Day event last year, and Dr. Nicole had to pay for that fucking chair. Now Julia would pay for that chair because bitch, you were the one that broke that chair, not me. But I wonder why production protected that woman. Like, really, nobody ever showed that.
But not only did production protect her, the other women, nobody brought this up.
Mm-mm.
Nobody mentioned it. So it wasn't just production. Everybody on the show protected Julia, including Gertie.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say this as well. I saw on Sergio, y'all know the blogger Sergio says.
Mm-hmm.
He did a video. I want to say it was either yesterday or the day before yesterday. Well, I saw it yesterday or the day before yesterday. He might have done it earlier, but I saw it. And what he said was, which now a lot of it makes sense if what he said is true, and I believe him because he said that he got it. He was like, for the purposes of this video, I'm gonna say allegedly, but I'm telling you, I got this from basically he insinuated somebody on the cast told him this. But basically, that conversation with Gertie and the text messages, they say that Gertie actually did you saw how the edit, it made it look like Gertie was like, forget it, I don't want to talk about it, and it seemed like she was just deflated
Mm-hmm.
because part of that conversation was edited. Gertie did try to talk about, and did, according to Sergio, that Gertie did go in deep and really dig deep into it, and the women were just like, but Gertie, and that's when she was like, all right, you know what, fuck it, I don't care no more. So
Mm-hmm.
that makes a little bit more sense, because I even said that in my review. I was like, Gertie, the reunion is your time to make all the points you've been making on social media. But if Gertie did try and she kept getting shot down, I can understand why she was just like, forget it, I'm done.
Yeah. So then what kind of confused me was this whole situation with Julia. So once again, Julia's over here and playing this victim role, right? And so she's like, everybody's like, but Gertie, you know, you guys made up with each other, and then in interviews you're talking about Julia, but you're not telling people that you and Julia are good. I was like, what she was reacting to was what she's watching on the show, so it may have triggered her and took her back to that time. So of course I'm not gonna be like, oh yeah, you know, me and Julia, we made up with each other. No, I'm going to be, you know, I'm gonna defend myself in that particular moment. But like you said a few minutes ago, why did Gertie not then say that yes, the women did speak up and say stuff to her? That's where I have a problem with you, Gertie. So then Julia was like, but at the finale party, you came up, you know, you were talking to me and you asked me, was I going to toss a drink in your face? And they played the footage, which was unseen as well. And I got what Gertie was saying, because they were talking about Adriana. And so Julia is talking to Gertie and she's like, get your hands out of my face, which her hands were not in your face, Julia. Her hands were up. And you know that Gertie is animated. Like, what are we talking about here? So that's when she said, oh, it's a lot of drinks right here. You gonna toss one of them drinks in my face? Was she being passive aggressive? Yes. Do I care? No.
So this is what I'm gonna say. I think Candy Burrs summed this up perfectly. Candy said, when you're on a reality show, you relive everything 3 times.
Mm-hmm.
When it happens, when you
In your
see it play
interviews.
back, and at the reunion. And here's the part that a lot of people miss, not y'all, because y'all smart. But here's what people are missing. Yes, they made up based on the information Gertie had. Well, they were cool, whatever. Based on the information Gertie had at the time. What they don't see until the show airs are people's confessionals.
Mm-hmm.
They don't see the conversations that people have with other people. So even though Gertie and Julia talked and they were cool at the end of the season, what Gertie didn't know was that Julia was going around talking shit to everybody about this cruise and the Zoom call, and talking to Martina about how mean Gertie is to her, and talking to Alexia and Marisol about Gertie and all of the things. So yeah, I'm sure that when they got done filming, Gertie was like, okay, it happened. We talked it out. We're moving forward. But then you got to sit there and watch this shit and be like, oh, but wait a minute. She ain't tell me that she said that. Oh, she didn't tell me that she told Martina that. Oh, wait a minute. Martina said what about me? Because remember, Martina was talking shit too.
Mm-hmm.
But Martina was talking shit based on what Julia was lying to Gertie about. They had a whole conversation in the middle of the damn grocery store about Gertie and the water. You know what I mean? So yeah, I'm cool with you based on the information I have at the time. But when I see the season play back and I see these confessionals and these other conversations, oh no, I'm pissed again. Yeah, I'm pissed off. And the edit. When you see the edit, oh yeah, now I'm pissed again. So
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I don't think it's fair for them, and they know that. Again, that goes back to the pile up that I didn't like, because they know that. They know that that's how that shit goes down. They know that they've seen stuff play back, and they're like, "Oh damn, I
Alexia
did
and
say that."
Marisol do it.
Right? They know how that shit goes.
They do it with Adriana.
Like when Julia told the vocal coach that the water fell on Gertie. Right, Bluebell. Right. So now Gertie has the point of view of Julia running around playing victim and turning on her white woman tears.
So yeah, I wasn't upset about it. So after that, now If you want to talk about Stephanie's package, because I didn't take no notes on Stephanie's package because I wasn't
I
listening.
don't nobody care about Stephanie and her package. Don't nobody care about none of that. Then Stephanie's saying that she still ain't talking to her sisters. But I thought
But
at the end of the episode, I thought at the end of the season, she said that one of her sisters
she
did
did.
email her back. So which one is it, Stephanie? Are your sisters not talking to you, or are they talking to you, girl?
That's why I
Which
stopped
one
listening.
is it?
That's why I stopped listening because I felt like Stephanie's lying because
And again, I still don't understand why Stephanie has second chair, because if that's the best she given us, she could have been at the end of the couch with Adriana. I understand why Adriana is at the edge of the couch. First of all, Lisa should be at the edge of the couch because other than Lisa and Larsa's stupid ass argument, who gives a damn about what Lisa got going on?
So speaking of Lisa, Andy asked her when Jody said AC, he meant Andy Cohen, right? No, he
Yeah,
didn't mean Andy
right.
Cohen. He damn, and she said, yeah, but no, he actually meant air conditioner. I said, girl, you are air conditioner lie. A lie don't care who tell
And
it.
Andy, you might want to tiptoe around that too, because the streets
Uh,
be talking.
right, a lie don't care who tell it
Okay.
and when it's told. So they talked about Lisa being late and how she's a different person than she was 3 years ago.
That was
Do I?
all bullshit. Again,
Yeah, I
the
don't.
only reason why Lisa got her act together is because the one thing I will give Stephanie credit for, Stephanie is the only one that ever had the balls to call Lisa out on that shit. And ever
Mhm.
since Stephanie called Lisa ass out, Lisa was on time for every damn thing.
Yeah. Now I did feel bad for Lisa when because Andy asked her how's co-parenting going with Lenny, and she said it's not going well. I'm like, damn, Lenny
I'm
is a
sorry, who thought it was going to? Who thought? Listen,
that
Lenny
man.
was only fighting Lisa. Lenny was only fighting Lisa for them kids out of spite because he liked fighting with Lisa, and he was trying to probably get his child support reduced.
He the one that wants
Lenny,
the kids
Lenny ain't raising them kids, and neither is Lisa. The nanny is raising them kids.
because he's the one that wanted kids. Not well, I think she wanted kids, but he's the one that was really wanting kids from her earlier seasons of Miami.
Right.
Okay, I'd go upside that lopsided man. Oh, I'd go upside his head, but you know. So then we bring up the whole surrogate comment, and I was like, okay, Andy, you finna say something to Julie about her wife? He asked Lisa how she felt. I said, huh?
Yeah, I thought I thought he took a cop out. Like Andy, we all know that you got your children through surrogacy, and we were all waiting to hear what you had to say. And I feel like you took a coward route on that one. You took a coward route on that one.
Because he likes Martina, and that's
And
weird.
Julia's answer,
That
once
she took it
again,
down.
Julia's answer lets me know that Martina said what she said and she meant what the fuck she said.
Because Julie said she doesn't believe what Martina said, and then but
Right.
Martina took it down. It don't matter that she took it down
Right. It don't matter that she took it down because she clearly, you said, because the way you said, well, I don't agree, tells me that Martina feel the way Martina feel.
and never mind. God, about to say something. I'm gonna say it. I don't understand. What is just like black people who don't like other black people? Because I'm about to say because Martina's anti-trans, which is
Well, but that's the thing that the trans community always talks about. I mean, people get on T.S. Madison all the time because they don't always like her delivery, but but a lot of the points that she makes are valid. Like, listen, gay men don't really fuck with trans women unless they trying to fuck trans women. You know what I'm saying? Gay women don't really fool with, you know what I mean? And that's what TS always tells people, like, I'm telling y'all my experience. Y'all don't have to like my delivery, but what you're not going to do is take away what my experience has been. I even have friends who are drag queens that
Mhm.
are older drag queens, and they say, yeah, when the AIDS epidemic hit, they called us to entertain. They called us to help them raise money, but at the end of the
And
day,
it's here
they
for
didn't
them.
give a fuck about us. We were
Mhm.
just the hired help. They
Mhm.
didn't respect us as gay men because we dressed up in drag. Like, we didn't get that level of respect. You know what I mean? This whole love for the gay community, I mean for the trans, I mean for the gay. Let me get my words together. This love for the drag community is really some new shit under with RuPaul, with the whole popularity of RuPaul. But
Mhm.
I like I said, I have older friends who they were doing drag in the 80s, and they were like, yeah, they would
People,
call us when it was time to raise money. They would
mm,
call us when they wanted us to, walk in a parade. But we weren't invited to the table when it was time to really sit down and try to talk policy. We weren't invited to Capitol Hill. Like we weren't a part of that. And so when you see people like Martina, and then Martina's also a rich gay woman
yeah,
who
that's the issue with the ghost her.
right, who did not have to deal with a lot of the street level issues of being a gay woman. I mean, you first of all, you didn't come out until later in life, until you were already rich. You were already not that people question. I mean, not that people were surprised, but you
Like,
didn't come out. And then once you came out, you were already an established rich woman with clout. And who was going to really say a whole lot to Martina Navratilova?
mm-hmm.
So you've sort of lived in this protected bubble of homophobia. You know what I mean? In my opinion, I don't know her story, but I'm from the outside looking in. Right, Chuck? Go look at Pose. Pose lets you know. Like
Yeah,
those were. I mean, we know that Pose was based on people's real stories, people's real experiences. So yeah, I mean, it's crazy when people say, "Well, damn, how can gay women hate the trans community?" But that's what trans people have been trying to tell us.
yeah,
You know.
yeah. I do. I know. So the last thing we get into is so Andy Andy asked Julia because they talked about Julia asking her friend to be the boy's godfather, and he says, "Well, was Adriana ever going to in consideration of being the kid's godmother?" She said, "No."
Baby, she didn't even flinch.
Mm-mm.
She didn't flinch. She said, no.
The way I would have hopped
I
across
said,
the
oh, Adriana is about to light your ass up. Do you hear
and
me?
rightfully so. Because so then Adriana was like, "That's hurtful," because I asked her to be the godmother to my dog. I got Adriana's point, but it was not. They're
It
not.
was not the same.
They're not.
I
It's not.
understood what she was trying to say, but it was not the same.
I got what she was saying. What she could have said, and she said it like you should have just stood on, bitch. I wrote 2 fucking character letters for your whole ass. Even if you don't want me to be the godmother, at least say, well, she was in consideration to be the godmother, but we just decided that we want to have him as the godfather in case something
Right.
happens to us.
And she could have said, listen, when we were, the process was, and see, this is why I'll be understanding. Hire me to be y'all PR. Damn. She could have just as easily have said, listen, this adoption process was a very long and tedious process. In the beginning, yes, Adriana was very helpful. Adriana did write a letter for us. Adriana was there for us. But fast forward a year later, a year and a half later, me and Adriana's friendship is not where it was at that time. So yes, I appreciate all that she did for me. But when it was time for us to sit down and figure out who we wanted to give, that's a serious responsibility that we take very seriously. Saying a godmother is basically saying you're going to raise my child if something happens to us. She wasn't the person. And I just feel like that could have been said.
She could have really said, I appreciate what she did. You didn't even say that.
Well, now she could have said that. But that's what I'm saying. She could have said, hey, we appreciate, but our friendship was in a different place at that time. We ain't there no more. And I think that's valid. Like, you can be best friends with somebody, and 2 years later, y'all don't even talk anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Like, life happens.
It does.
Shit happens. So, and I also think that, and this is just me, y'all, I also think that a lot of times people look at being a godparent as a vanity title. I've always, and maybe because I was raised Catholic, I don't know. I've always looked at being a godparent. I've always taken that very seriously. Mm-hmm. Because what you're basically saying is, I will take your child and raise them as my own if, God forbid, something happens to you. And there have been situations where godparents do end up raising their godchildren.
Right.
So I'm going to be honest and say, I don't fuck with Julia. But I'm okay with Julia saying, yeah, we don't want Adriana to raise our child. Now, the flip side is articulate that to her.
Mm-hmm.
You know she's hurt.
And you wouldn't have them kids if it wasn't for her.
Because again, Adriana acts out when she's hurt. She acts out when she's hurt. She's
And
hurt.
we gonna see it in this reunion, I feel.
Baby, listen. Listen. Now look. The clip I saw was Adriana backstage saying, I was never going to tell it. I love you and I love Martina and I never was going to tell it. Now that's the clip I saw. Did y'all see that clip online? Because what happened was, okay, so Julia was talking to Alexia, of course, Alexia and Marisol, saying this is what she said that made me feel like she was threatening to tell it. And they showed a clip from that final scene at the Shoma party where Adriana and Julia were talking, and Adriana was like, "Girl, you don't want me to tell it." I don't want to paraphrase. That's not what she said. She was like, don't push me. She was like, don't push me. Like, and she was like, I don't want to do it. You're going to make me do something I don't want to do. And Julia said she felt like that was Adriana threatening to tell it. So that's why she was like, I'm going to just put it out there myself. Because if you going to tell it, ain't nobody going to spray me with my own tea, basically. Right. So that's why Julia said she said it that way, because she felt like Adriana had threatened to tell it. And she was like, she ain't going to tell it first. So then Adriana came into the room and was like, so what are y'all doing? Y'all trying to get y'all story? You trying to get your lies straight? She was like, Julia, I never would have said that. I love you. I love Martina. I never would have said it. I never would have told it, she said. So I was like, oh, so the shit's true. At least the way the clip they show. Okay, Yvette saw the clip I saw. The way that clip was played made it look like Adriana was admitting that it was true.
Okay. We'll see.
I believed it last week. Let me tell you something. I believed it last week.
Adriana said they never scissored, so I'm wondering if maybe Julia just went down.
Well, listen now, and I don't want to offend nobody. If there are any lesbians in the chat or in the replay, I'm not trying to offend y'all. I don't understand how lesbians have sex, so I don't know what they consider sex and what they don't. So if she's saying they never scissored, there are other ways that lesbians have sex.
Oh yeah, it's a lot of ways that lesbians have sex.
And what Julia said was, didn't Julia say we were intimate? Did she say we had sex, or did she say we were intimate?
We slept together.
We slept together. Okay. So listen, in the lesbian world, that could mean a lot of things. There could have been a mouth. There could have been fingers. There could have been objects. Like, it could have been a lot of things. But I think at the end of the day, it all adds up to inappropriate behavior for a married woman. How about that?
And it look bad on Julia.
Yeah, I think it looks worse on Julia than it does on Alexia. I mean, Lord, I said Alexia. I think it because Julia, you're the one that's married. I mean, then on Adriana, yeah, you're the one that's married, girl. That shit, to me, it looks worse on you.
It do, for multiple reasons. I'll talk about that in a minute. So yeah, she changed them kids' names. I'm gonna, you know what? And she was talking about people coming for her kids.
Now that I got a problem with, because those kids are old enough to know their name.
Mm-hmm. And
I don't understand why why did you? I mean, listen. Again, I don't have no kids. Far be it for me to tell people how to raise their damn kids. But why? I'm just wondering, what was the reasoning behind changing their name?
I wanted it. Well, the baby.
Unless you're trying to hide them.
Could be. So
I mean, Chuck already. Listen, y'all know I said they stole them kids. So.
So we kind of talked about this earlier. So Adriana feels that Julia flipped on her after she became friends with Alexia and Marisol, which absolutely, that's exactly.
She did. In my opinion, she did.
And so this is when she said we slept together in him, because I was like, girl, they look bad on you. Because here's the thing, and here's why I said I don't know if it's 100% true, because y'all slept together. So it looks bad on you because, one, you're married, but number two, if you slept with her, that makes you look even worse, because you slept with her and then you flip on her for two outside people. If we slept together, then me and you gonna be thick as thieves. Like we should.
No, Chuck. I'm sorry. Finish your thought. I'm gonna address what Chuck said.
I'm finished.
No, Chuck. I know that's not what you said. You didn't say they bought them kids. You said they was trafficking them kids, and that's what I didn't. I didn't like the word traffic. Now I say they stole the kids. I've been saying that from the beginning that they stole them kids. I just didn't like the word traffic. That was what it was for me, because when I think of trafficking, I just have a whole different thought in my mind. And I'm like, okay, they didn't traffic them kids, but I do not think that they went through
They got to buy,
traditional channels to get
yeah,
those kids. That's my
illegal.
opinion.
They went through different avenues to get the kids.
Yeah.
Not,
But I understand that if we want to talk about the strictest definition of the word, it may be, but I just don't like that word because it just has such a negative spin on it when we start talking about trafficking kids. I ain't like it. But I didn't get mad at you. You know, I never get mad at you, Chuck.
So yeah, that's all we got. That's really all we got. So part 2 is on. Is it coming on now? It might be on.
It's on at 9:00. Yeah.
So it's on now. So
y'all will probably get my review maybe Sunday night. I should be back home. I have not an early flight, but my flight, I should be back home. I should be back home by early afternoon. So y'all might get y'all reviews Sunday. I was going to try to do it tonight, but I just can't. Because when I get off of here, because y'all, look, this way I made a mistake. So I'm packing to go on my trip tomorrow. And it's a pair of pants that I want to wear. And all week long, I was looking at those pants. All week long. I even washed like 2 loads of clothes this week. Mm-hmm. And something told me, girl, check to see if them pants are clean. Because listen, can I tell y'all the secret about really be? I'm sloppy. I'm not dirty, but I am sloppy. My room, it just have clothes, okay? So I saw the clothes. I saw the pants. I have like a thing at the bottom of my bed where it's like a storage container. You're like, but it's like, it's a nice, pretty, but I put stuff in it. And it ends up being the place where clothes go to die. You know what I mean? And I saw those pants and I was like, I want to wear those pants. And I don't know why I thought they were clean, but I checked yesterday and they were not. So I was like, fuck. So I have not even packed yet because when I get off of here, I have to go get the clothes out of the dryer and then go upstairs and finish packing. Yeah, like a chest. Yeah, Chuck, thank you. Like a chest. And that's where I put the clothes. So I'm thinking those pants were clean and they were not. Because let's be real. I was like, sometimes you wear something, you only had them on for like a couple of hours. You're like, I ain't wearing but a couple of hours. I was thinking it was something like that, but it wasn't. They needed to be washed. Okay. So when I get off of here, I have to take the trash out because it's trash day tomorrow. So I have to get my trash together and put the trash out. Although technically I could take the trash out in the morning because I'll definitely be leaving before the trash people get here. But I'm going to take it out. So I'll just one less thing to worry about in the morning. And then I'm going to go pack. And then I have to pack my carry-on, my little book bag. And then I'm going to bed because I have to be out of the house. I want to be walking out the door by 5:30. So, yeah. Well, my flight leaves at 8. Well, my flight leaves at 8:30. It starts boarding at 8. But because of everything with TSA and all of that, I just want to get to the airport early. Yeah, I just don't want, because like Cruz's flight was delayed today. She's already there. She went a day early. And her flight was delayed. It was only delayed by like 40 minutes, but still, it was still delayed. Yes. So I'm like, just in case it's some bull hockey. Right now, my flight is still saying on time. So in case it's some bull hockey, I'd rather be on the other side of TSA than trying to run through the damn airport,
What up, Don Don?
Hey, Don Don Boo. Yes, all of the t-shirts now. The t-shirt, everything is in my suitcase except for my clothes. My toiletry bag, the t-shirts, my shoes that I'm wearing, like all the little odds and ends are in my suitcase. It's just the clothes. Even some of my clothes, like even my night clothes, my underclothes, my socks, all that's in there. Mm-hmm. Just the actual outfits. Because the jeans, like I said, the pants I want to wear, I'm gonna take those out of the dryer now, and then there are 2 other pairs of pants I'm packing, and then a couple of shirts, and then because listen, I done got to the point now where when I'm traveling stateside, worst case scenario, I gotta go to the store. Like worst case scenario, I gotta take a run to Target. Well, we not
always do.
Not Target, but worst case scenario, I gotta take a run to the Burlington or run to the Walmart if like, oh, this shirt don't fit, or oh, this. Like, I don't stress. Like, I used to be like, oh, my gosh, I got to have everything. I don't stress no more. If I forget my deodorant, guess what? I'll go buy some deodorant. If I forgot to pack my socks, I'll go get some socks. You know what I mean? So, as long as I have 3 to 4 outfits in that suitcase. If something don't fit, if something don't, child, I figure it out.
It'd be malls you can go to.
Yeah.
Not this. Not
So
Chuck said he hope Cage's flight is canceled.
you know what? Chuck don't mean it. The way
He
him
know.
and Cajun be talking in these chats, Chuck
No,
don't
he
mean
don't.
it.
He don't. Oh yeah. So y'all, Beyond the Gates. I will be doing mine. I just, speaking of, I just watched Thursday. I just watched today's episode. I have not watched.
I'm behind because I knew I wasn't doing my review this week. I'm behind. So I'm like on two. I just finished. I'm like halfway through. What's today? Thursday? No. I know I watched Monday and Tuesday. Maybe I started watching Wednesday, but I know I did. I know I finished Monday and Tuesday. Eva's just getting on my nerves. I can't with her anymore. Like I really tried to give her the benefit of the doubt, but I can't. So you know who your mama is. And I'm all for accepting people for who they are, but stop acting like the world is doing her wrong when you know who your mama is.
I ain't even watched.
Like you sat there and wrote and gave your mama the whole breakdown about how you think like you are living in delusion when it comes to Ted. You know? Anyway, but I haven't only watched the first 2 episodes. But yeah, so when you gonna do yours, boo?
It might be up tomorrow.
Okay. What I'll probably do, you guys, I'm gonna tell you the truth because there's so many other things happening. We have the premiere of the Braxtons on Friday or Saturday, Bell Collective this weekend, Miami. I cannot promise y'all that I'm gonna do a wrap up for Beyond the Gates. I may just wait till next Saturday. I can't do it either. All right, I'll get y'all Beyond the Gates. I just don't know when. Give me work with a sister. I may try to do Beyond the Gates, and I'll invite when I do it. I'll still invite JB on to talk to me, and maybe Treese too if she's available. But it'll have to be during the week next week, y'all. Okay. Only reason why is because even though I'll be home on Sunday, I probably won't have watched all the episodes.
You know, we got a new casting update. They
Who
they cast. Well, they got it's a white person, but Greg Vaughn. Did you watch him when he played Lucky Spencer on General Hospital?
Yeah.
So he's been cast on Beyond the Gates.
To be who?
Who I don't know. I just saw when I got on Twitter today that he is going to be on Beyond the Gates.
All right, well, I'm waiting to hear. And I have a surprise for you guys. Even though I'm going to be out of town this weekend, y'all have a treat coming Friday and Saturday. I ain't going to tell y'all what it is. I'm going to just wait for it to premiere. I'll tell you behind the stage what it is, JB. But I'll just wait for it to premiere.
All right. So you ain't doing nothing this weekend, but
I ain't doing nothing this weekend. But next week, y'all, we got to get caught up. We'll do the Braxtons. I'll probably try to do the Braxtons on Monday, especially if it's a lot of buzz about the premiere. Miami will probably be Sunday because I can just watch the reunion. Don't take long to watch, and I can probably do that Sunday evening. Tuesday, if I can get all of this week's episodes of Beyond the Gates, maybe I'll do that on Tuesday is Salt Lake City. So maybe Wednesday we can do Beyond the Gates. It'll be for last week, even though we'll be halfway through the week. And then Bell Collective will have to be, I'll get Bell Collective in as well. I feel like it's something I'm missing. Oh, Potomac, y'all know it's gonna be on Sunday night. Whether you like it or not, panel is on Monday night. So if there's no real like celebrity gossip, then I'll do Bell Collective first and then be ready for the whether you like or not panel. But we'll get caught up. I know I always say that, but we're gonna do it. So yeah, with that being said, basically it's gonna be 2 weeks of us being out of whack. I'm gonna just get it in when I fit it. But I'm off next Friday. I don't have work next Friday, so I might be able to get some stuff in, even though I'm going right back out of town. But I can maybe do some stuff first, and then because I'm driving, I'm just going to hang out with my girlfriends. We're doing a girls trip next weekend. We're just doing a little weekend getaway.
Chuck.
Oh, you saw it already, Chuck?
It sounds good back in November, Chuck. I don't know. I ain't watched this shit in almost over a year.
It's back in November.
Good luck to y'all. I ain't touching it.
Like I said, the only reason is because I get numbers. Because I promise you, the minute y'all stop watching my reviews is the minute I stop talking about it. Y'all saw what I did with Sisters when them reviews dropped on Sisters. I ain't looked at an episode. I ain't thought
Like
about
I know you
sisters.
lying.
Huh?
I,
No, November the 7th.
I know you lying.
November the 7th. I saw that. I saw it today. Yep.
Y'all lying. I refuse to believe
Detroit.
it. Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm.
And look, I
Ah,
didn't even listen. I saw it and I ain't even say nothing to Trees because I don't even know. I don't even want her to say nothing to me about that shit.
what the fuck? We just ended the. Oh
Well,
God,
that's because that season lasted like 9 months.
and that's like
Listen, Ready to Love is only supposed to last 11 weeks. They have 10 episodes, generally 10 episodes, and they do normally take a week off somewhere
yeah,
in the 10 weeks.
I
So
know that.
generally we have a 10-week season and then like a 2-part reunion. So altogether, we're talking about 13, 14 weeks. They stretched that 13, 14 weeks into fucking 7 months. So that's why it seemed like we just got done because we did.
We did. Oh God.
And I'm gonna be honest, I saw the preview, the trailer, and I wasn't impressed. The trailer didn't even make me want to watch it.
Yeah, me either.
Yeah, the trailer. Monday is Indigenous People Day, but my county doesn't celebrate Indigenous People Day anymore. But because it's a federal holiday, they still have to give us the day off. So that's why we ended up with Friday.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, you guys. So for me, what we got coming up? So Abbott is already up, so y'all can go check that out.
I'm behind. I haven't started this season yet, but I'll get caught up on that this weekend too.
So yeah, Abbott's up. Reasonable Doubt is next. I have to go watch Reasonable Doubt, and then that'll be up sometime tomorrow. Beyond the Gates, expect that sometime on Saturday, or right along with the Braxtons, because that'll be up Saturday too. Then what else I got coming up?
I just look forward to cussing Tamar out for the next however many weeks. Because I just feel like I'm gonna find something in every episode to say it
Yeah.
was Tamar's fault.
And then Bell Collective, y'all know. I told y'all with Bell Collective, it's on a trial until if it pisses me off. It ain't if it pisses me off. If I get irritated with it, then I'll drop it. But for right now, we'll stick with it. So that'll be Saturday as well. That'll be alive, and then Sunday Potomac. Thank God, this past Sunday was the finale for Baddies Africa. So all we gotta wait for is the reunion to come out, and whenever that comes out, we'll do that, and that'll be alive because no. Going forward with Baddies, I just can't do pre-recorded. It's hell watching that shit, taking them notes, recording.
I think the Braxton premieres either tomorrow or Saturday, but I'm pretty certain it's this weekend.
It's tomorrow.
It's tomorrow.
We're taking Love After Lockup spot.
Y'all, listen. I don't think we're gonna get Love After Lockup. Listen, because I just don't care.
This season,
Brooke and JK, well, her disrespectful ass. But I'm gonna tell you, what pissed me off about the Brooke and JK situation, and they've done this. Love After Lockup has done this before. I do not like the double standard when it comes to domestic DV, because when she slapped that man and production didn't even stop the camera. I mean, I respect JK for walking away, but it pisses me off because I feel like when it's the woman doing it to the man, nobody has an issue. But had JK slapped her, oh my God, y'all be trying to get his parole revoked, trying to get him put back in jail and everything else. But because she did it, and I'm not saying people didn't say anything, but I feel like because what was that other couple? Adrian, the one that was a Mormon, and her husband that was a little gangbang or whatever. What was her name? Andrea. There was an episode where Andrea was beating that man's tail. She had him up against the wall and was pushing him and shoving him and stuff. And he was like, "Yo, stop! All right, that's enough. Yeah. Okay, stop." And production didn't even stop the camera. And I was like, "Now, had that been him pushing her and slamming her against the wall, it would have been a whole nother conversation." And I just hate that. And I know that Love After Lockup is just so fucking produced, but still, like, I don't even like, even if it were fake, I don't like them putting it out there like it was okay. And I know I'm digging deep, but I got so far behind on Love After Lockup, y'all. I just don't think I even care anymore.
The only thing that had me laughing with the finale was Letitia. That girl, is a goddamn criminal,
She is a
and
criminal.
that bitch would not be doing my taxes.
She took when she took the plea, talking about some. Then she had to make it like this. She had to tell her whole criminal history. Girl, you've been scamming for a long time.
And had a
You was kiting checks and everything else.
bitch, please.
I said, "Oh, girl, this was not your first rodeo." I'm gonna tell you the other one that maybe I will just do a live and just talk about all the different stories. I may do it just because I can't go week by week. It's just too much. But I'm gonna tell you the other one is the girl up in Seattle.
Oh,
what's her name? Courtney.
Courtney.
Baby Courtney scamming ass.
That is a trifling ass little heifer.
But look, I don't even have no sympathy. Like she said,
I don't either.
But like she said, you met me on a prison pen pal. Like, what did you think you was getting?
I was with her in that. I was with her when she right. But
and then he even admitted. Remember, he admitted that she knew he had sugar daddies, and he didn't care as long as they would give her money. Okay, so why you care now?
I mean, he's still a trash.
You didn't care before.
They both trash in my.
And then he was trying to play like he was Big Willie, and he had all of this money, and you bought this girl a fake ring.
Yeah, fake ring.
Yeah. So I might just do a live where it's just gonna be we'll just talk about all the different storylines because I don't have the energy to go back. Each episode is an hour and a half, and I don't have the energy to go back and just rewatch everything and remember every little thing that happened. So I may just go couple by couple, child.
Yeah, just do a little highlight, or even just because I mean nothing really happened. Nothing. Like I said, nothing monumental happened this season because they talked about the same stuff pretty much with the same.
Yeah, they be dragging it. That's another thing too. These episodes do not need to be no hour and a half long. Y'all really be dragging it. But anyway, we just talk. We just talking like we ain't still on the live.
I know. So yeah, that's it, you guys. So we will see you guys when we see you. So for me, y'all will see me for Reasonable Doubt and everything else. Bye, y'all.
Bye. Hold up, JB. I want to tell you something before we click off.
Okay.